much on the strip now. To the right, there's a little wedding chapel. We actually got to see our friends Kurt and Melissa get married there. A bunch of old school little cheapy motels.
The Mandalay Bay is where they have the Shark Reef Aquarium, which is really cool. If you have kids, it's really cool for adults too, but it's neat to see.
And there's the Luxor, just past it is. And these three, the Mandalay, Luxor, and the Excalibur, all up here on the left, are all connected inside, so it's super hot out. You don't have to.
They have a tram, right? That goes between them?
Yeah. Up here on the right, if you remember the shooting that happened out here, it came from the Mandalay Bay. To the right here is where the concert was going. From the one October. And then we're about to come up, not this light, but the next one's Tropicana. When we first moved here, I was trying to help Katie remember where she was going, and the way I would do is if you learn the hotel strips, strip casinos, the roads that go with them parallel go all the way across from east to west. So if you know that Tropicana is the furthest south, and then the Flamingo, and then the Sahara, you pretty much find where you're at, which direction.
Yep, that's one of the really nice things about how Las Vegas is set up. The roads are mostly in a grid, so it's easy to find your way around for the most part, because you know that Tropicana runs from east to west, and you know that Durango runs north and south. So it's nice that it's kind of set up in that grid form.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to find everything.
It made it so much easier to learn how to drive around. So coming up just on our left right here is the Excalibur, and at the Excalibur they have the Tournament of the King show and the Thunder from Down Under show, which they have announced that they're starting to open some of the shows back up.
Yeah. There's a few opening up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we've been in the pandemic. Hey, look, there goes the roller coaster on New York, New York.
Yeah.
I rode the roller coaster once when a friend came in town. It was the bumpiest roller coaster I think I've ever gone on. Even worse than the Matterhorn at Disneyland. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So this is a really big intersection here at Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard, and you'll notice in front of us that there are crosswalks over the road, and that is for the safety of the pedestrians, because before they had put in all the crosswalks, there were a lot of pedestrian accidents here in Vegas.
Oh yeah. You can see the Statue of Liberty to the left. Whenever it's gets in towards end of the season for the Golden Knights or for the Las Vegas Aces, they'll put a jersey on the Statue of Liberty over here to the left.
I don't know if you can tell right now though, she does have a mask on that says Vegas Safe.
Nah. That's cool. And then we're going to go through so many casinos here in a second. I can't tell you them all, but we'll have, there's a Hershey World on the left up here. On the right will be a Coke World and the M&M World. And
yeah.
You'll see it's a lot busier. It's just starting to get dark, so some of the neon's just starting to get turned on.
I really loved the different things you could do at Coke World. They had that tasting where you got to taste Coca-Colas from around the world. That was really cool. And M&M's, who doesn't love M&M's? We have a Shake Shack down here on the Strip, which is a lot of fun. Oh, on the left you see Italy, which is part of the Park MGM Casino.
It's kind of like a fancy food court for all Italian and everything. You can buy.
Yeah.
They have a grocery store in there. They have restaurants. They have all sorts of stuff.
Yep. They've done a lot of construction in this area recently. On the southbound lanes, they've done a lot of construction. construction, they were working on Park MGM area, and so that was always a really congested area.
There's a Taco Bell cantina on the right. There's a few of them out now. This is one of the first ones. You can actually get married there. They have like a fire sauce bouquet and garter belt and all sorts of stuff. There's the Cosmopolitan on the left. That's where we've been doing the 3-play.
One thing really cool about the Cosmopolitan in the winter is that they turn their swimming pool into an ice rink. So you can go ice skating on it. And then we're coming up on Paris
On the right.
and Bellagio on the left.
Yeah, we didn't time it where the fountains were going off, so maybe on the way back we'll have some fountains going off.
Yeah.
You can see most people are being pretty good wearing masks. And there's not as many people. It used to be like shoulder to shoulder even on a weeknight like this.
Yeah.
Everyone walking out here, so there's definitely a lot less visitors.
You can go up in the Eiffel Tower. You can ride it up to the top, and you can pay to go up there, and it's kind of just an observation area up there. It's really neat to see that, though. You get really great views of the entire Las Vegas Valley. And then down to our right is an area that is off of Bally's.
It's in front of Bally's, yeah.
Yeah, and it has a bunch of different shopping. One thing that they have here that we then got off the strip is a Giordano's Pizza, which is a Chicago-style pizza, correct? It's Chicago?
Yeah.
Chicago-style pizza, so...
Caesar's Palace is up here on the left, and Flamingo, the oldest strip casino.
Yep. If you've seen Hangover, you'll recognize some of the stuff at Caesar's from the movie when they climb out on the roof. And then we're coming up to the Link, and the Link is really a newer area in comparison to most of the Strip.
They put in this giant wheel that's like an enclosed room that takes like 30 minutes to go all the way around.
Yeah, you can get, sometimes they have like bar carts that you can put in, like get into them. It's really kind of neat. And we have the Mirage on the left. The Mirage, I'm not sure if the volcano is running right now, but their waterfall area can turn into a show with where the waterfalls turn into a little volcano. It's awesome. And we're going by Venetian, where they have the gondola rides. We did the one indoor.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I know my Aunt Kelly's been dying to come out here. She doesn't want to see us. She wants to go ride those.
Hey, if she comes and does the gondola rides, maybe she'll do the outdoor one, and I can go with her. Because I want to do the outside one, even though it's probably really similar, but...
Now this is the Wynn and Encore coming up. These are really, really nice hotels. They're a lot pricier gaming-wise, and the machines are a little stingier, but they're supposed to be really, really nice. I've been in the casinos. I haven't been in the rooms.
Yeah. And Fashion Show Mall is an indoor mall area. It has some dining and fun things, but they do something really unique there. They do a runway show inside the mall, and it's like every day or so many times a week. It's really cool.
Hence the name Fashion Show.
Yeah.
And to the left is a brand new casino. It's not even open yet, called Resorts World. They've been working on it forever. Like 8 people owned it, I think, from the time it started till now. But they're about to start that one. There's going to be a bunch of other hotels and casinos.
Resorts World, that screen on the side, I think it was on New Year's Eve. They did a big show, and it was really neat to get to see the show on the side. They did like a countdown till midnight.
That's cool. And then just past the sign up and to the right, not the big blue building, but to the right of it, there's some other buildings. That's Turnberry. It's a bunch of different towers and condos, and we actually used to live in one of the ones over there. It's kind of close to the Westgate, which used to be the Hilton where Elvis used to perform at.
Yep. It's actually right off of Elvis Presley Boulevard in front of it.
Yep. Which we'll be driving by here in a second when we get close to there.
Yeah, so the sign says that Resorts World is opening this summer. So that'll be exciting to get to see that. Like James said, it's been, I mean, since we've lived here, since before we lived here, it's been under construction.
Oh yeah, it was just a big empty shell of like metal, like where they had started the frame and just left it. Same with the big blue building right ahead of us to the right a little bit. That one they've almost completed, but nothing's ever been in there. Like that whole building, nothing's ever been in. They almost finished it and just haven't finished it yet. And then up here, you'll see we're going to come up on Circus and the Stratosphere.
I do have to mention though, on the right up here in this little shopping center is one of my favorite sushi places in all of Las Vegas called Yama Sushi. I was so excited when we lived in Turnberry because I would walk over here, and then right here on the street near these red lights is Tacos El Gordo, which
our friends Chris and Joanne, this is their favorite taco place, hands down.
And you can see the line out of it right now. I mean, like, the line is out the door right now, but on the weekends, it is an absolute madhouse. It's crazy.
I love this place, Peppermill. I actually did like a gym weight loss challenge thing, and the day it was over, I weighed in and drove straight here, and that's where I wanted to eat. Got a giant plate of chicken nachos. It was so good. Here's the new convention center. Maybe Katie can get a video of that. They've just completely rebuilt a whole bunch of it and expanded it. It's got the underground system where you can, the Tesla Boring Company. It's in there. Like I said, this up here is all the art of this building that they never completed.
At one point, it was going to be called Fountain Blue.
Should we go all the way downtown, or should we just turn around and go back up the strip?
Well, I mean, if we go towards downtown, we might be able to drive back when it's a little bit darker.
More of the lights.
Yeah.
You gonna be able to handle it, Frosty?
We can turn the heat on.
It's 71 degrees right now. She has a little light jacket. She's still chilly, so.
Yeah. Last night,
For all of you that are in like the 30s and 40s right now.
we took Snots on a drive last night, and it was 66, and I was freezing. So, I mean, so the Sahara Casino, which is up here, it was the Sahara, and then it turned to the SLS, and then within the past year or two, it switched back to the Sahara. So
That building to the right, Katie, you want to get a video of a picture? That's where we actually used to live up until a few months ago. A block off the strip.
yeah, my picture's not that great because I have a giant green.
No, you're fine.
The one thing I did like about the SLS when it was here, there's like the valet area in the front, and they had this like, I don't even know what it was. It was like a big alien blob thing out front, but it cracked me up. You could like take your picture there, and it was just neat looking.
Yeah, definitely lots of photo ops in Vegas, that's for sure. It is made for tourists, 150%.
Yeah, inside of the Wynn, they have some, I think, some of the prettiest areas that you can take the pictures. They have a carousel that's made out of flowers. I mean, even their carpet inside of Wynn and Encore is beautiful.
Yeah, some of the carpet, some of these places, it makes it feel like you're at a bowling alley. It's crazy looking, just trying to draw your attention and make it fun. And some of them are just the opposite. They're super classy looking.
Oh, look, they took the beer garden out of the front of Sahara. Looks like they're going to be adding in some new restaurants.
Yeah.
So we have Bonanza gift and souvenir shop. They advertise it as the world's largest gift shop.
Which I don't know if that's
I don't know
true
if
or
that's
not,
true either, but I mean,
it is big. They have lots of different choices and stuff. Our first year we moved here, we actually did almost all of our Christmas shopping there. We got everyone Vegas stuff when we moved here, which we've been here almost 9 years. It'll be 9 years this year.
that's crazy to think that we've been here that long.
Yep.
So, coming up, we're going to be seeing the Stratosphere, and there's a couple really cool things about the Stratosphere. One of them is that there is a restaurant that you can eat in at the top of the Stratosphere. I think it's called Top of the World.
Mm-hmm.
And the other there's two other things. There's rides on top of the Stratosphere.
Three different ones.
They have the one that like shoots you up and like drops you back down, kind of like the needle drop.
That's at the very top of it, if you saw that when we pulled up.
Mm-hmm. And then there's one that's like a roller coaster that dips you off the edge.
You want to take a photo or a...
Yeah, I just did. I took a picture of it. Oh, and there it goes.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it from the GoPro. We'll do another video maybe. The one going up and down.
Yeah, so there's the ride that shoots you up the needle, and you're already pretty high, and then you're going even higher.
Yeah.
And then, so the second ride is the one that, it's like a roller coaster and it dips you off the side. The third ride, it's an arm that like extends out over and you spin. And then the other really kind of scary, cool thing you can do is there's a blue platform up there, and you can jump from that blue platform, and it's not a bungee jump, it's a free fall jump, which is absolutely terrifying.
And you'll see up here is an arc. They just built this. It's kind of supposed to be the arc of entering into the downtown area.
Yep.
So this is kind of your officially, unofficially leaving and going from the strip, and you're going to be heading into downtown.
So as we're heading from the strip to downtown, you're going to notice a lot more chapels and different places that you can get married. Vegas has a bunch of bike rentals that during the pandemic, they were crazy busy. People would rent bikes and just ride around.
Yeah, they would go up and down the strip, because normally you can't go on foot or on a bicycle down Las Vegas Boulevard. There's so much traffic, you actually get in trouble for it. But when the pandemic was going on, everything was shut down. They didn't care, and so people would go and bike ride in areas you could never bike ride or go around at.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Up here's a neat little photo op to the left. They put up little kind of like showgirls there, and they have some poker chips you can sit on and things like that up there.
So like James was saying, it's been super awesome weather here this week. We'll probably dip a little bit cooler on and off for like the next, I don't know, maybe month, and then we'll start to slowly warm back up again. But it's not unheard of to have 70-degree weather here in February and March. Usually not every day though.
Now once you get past the strip here, between the strip and downtown, it's a little bit shadier of an area. They're building it up. They built a lot of this stuff's brand new and things like that.
The Denny's, the IHOP, those are both new. I wouldn't really recommend walking between the strip and downtown, but we have a pretty decent bus system, the Deuce.
Yeah.
And you can take the bus. So here's one of those chapels that you can get married at. Oh, we're near one of my most favorite places ever right now.
I don't know if you can see to the right, there's a place called Love It Frozen Custard. It's kind of like a Las Vegas staple. It's been around forever, and
we're gonna definitely have to go to Love It sometime and show everybody kind of what you can get. They have this one Sunday, it's called a Western, and it's, you know, the custard with pecans and chocolate syrup and caramel. I don't know what all is in it, but
there's usually not this much construction. I haven't been down here in a little while.
yeah.
They're doing a ton of construction. I don't know if they're just trying to take advantage since it's
Not quite as busy.
Yeah, not as busy. This place on the right called Lawson Pizza. I used to get it delivered when we lived in the tower. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Oh, there's where the wedding chapel burned down. There's wedding chapel on our right, burned down just, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we got on the way back there. So yeah, tons of little hotels, motels, and there's a hostel up here, and tattoo shops. And
Exciting characters.
yeah.
So there's a place with a blue flashing sign coming up on the left. It's Donna Maria's, and it's a Mexican restaurant. If you like tamales, I'm told that's where to go. Oh, and this road up here is Charleston. And if you turn right onto Charleston is what's that museum called right there?
It's the Baggins Haunted Whatever Museum.
Yeah, the Baggins Haunted Museum.
Like if you watch the Travel Channel and they show those haunted shows, it's the guy that does a bunch of those. He's on. Not my cup of tea.
No, I've never been there.
Up
I
here-
do know some friends that have.
Over on the left's the art district. There's a lot of different stuff over there. Lots of restaurants and antique shops and things like that. They used to do this thing called, was it First Friday they called?
Yeah.
And it was like a huge outdoor festival where they did all sorts of stuff. And like they would have food carts set up and places where you could go and buy art, look at art, all sorts of fun stuff.
Here's the Pawn Stars store on the right, and they built it up. Just before that was there's like a little shopping area now, and it has like a restaurant. It has a barbecue restaurant, kind of a pretty decent barbecue restaurant here in Vegas called Rolling Smoke. So they have the barbecue in there. Something else that's in the art district, they're starting to get a lot of like little breweries and stuff.
Yeah, little microbreweries. So not a lot in this area. To the left, there's like 3 kind of mini high-rise lofts that people that like the downtown living. We actually looked into them, and you know, it was the first before we moved in. Katie wasn't a big fan of the fact most of them, the bedrooms didn't have doors in the lofts. It was a big open area. It felt like a big studio.
It did.
Even though they were humongous, but I think we got where we'd have been all right with that, but we decided we didn't want to. We lived in the high rise, and it just wasn't convenient, especially having the dog. We'd have to go and bring him down and up. Now we can just open the door, and it's super nice.
Yeah, I think he loved the sunshine when we were living in the high rise because he loved to sit in it, but I think he loves being able to go outside.
Oh yeah, he can sit outside in the sunlight out there. Now we're coming up to downtown, which is Fremont Street. A lot of people call it Old Vegas or whatever. It's got a canopy that goes over the top as a video screen, and it goes pretty much the length of the tourist area where all the casinos are. That's going to be coming up on the left.
And they have zip lining that you can do under the canopy. They have like a short line, and then they have a long line.
Right here to the right is Donut Bar. If you guys saw on our Instagram page, we put the pictures of a whole bunch of donuts our friends brought over to our place. And,
Yeah, they have the Pop-Tart donut.
Yeah, and so we actually got stuff from there before, but that's right over there. But you can see right up ahead, there's a whole bunch of things right here. I tried to go really slow through the light, and maybe Katie can get a video to the left here showing you down in there. There's a restaurant right here called the Heart Attack Grill. It's super fattening everything, and I thought it looked good on TV. It was on the Travel Channel. I went there and it was not very good. It was actually too much for me.
Yeah.
I went there the first time and wasn't a fan. I went there again just because a friend wanted to go, and yeah, I mean, it has like the waitresses are all dressed up like dirty nurses, but besides that. So up here is where Fremont is actually at. Let's see, I don't know what it's going to be like. Oh, we're going to stop right here.
If you go the opposite way of Fremont Street, you have the El Cortez, and you have just past that on the right hand side, there's an area called Container Park, and Container Park is shopping and dining, bars and entertainment. It's all made out of shipping containers, and it's a pretty cool little area.
And if you to the left, if I don't know if Katie got some video.
Not yet.
This is where Slotzilla is. It's called. It looks like a big slot machine that they have a zip line. They have a really tall one and a medium one that goes halfway across downtown, and the other one goes pretty much the whole length of downtown.
Looks like they're doing some construction up here too.
We looked into that one before. It's just we like the proximity to everything, but it was kind of a little pricey, and we had read a few things about different things that had issues with it. And so,
well, it's right off of. It's right off of downtown. So pretty much once you step out of the building, you are in downtown. So.
Yeah.
Just not as much space, whereas the one we lived in had a little bit more property around it, which allowed us to be able to walk stunts a little bit more.
Now, if we went up one more street and went to the left, the Mob Museum is down there. That was kind of neat to go see. It's the old original courthouse from Las Vegas, and they turned it into a museum.
Zappos is also up here, and then if you go just a little bit further is the Neon Museum, or the Neon Graveyard, Boneyard. So we are currently coming up to 4th Street, and
we're basically a block off of Fremont. Fremont's one block that way, and this area used to be not as good either, but they built it up a lot. They put in a lot of different hotels and restaurants and stuff around here. So this little strip of 3 roads right here, it's all pretty safe right here. If you get much outside of there, though, it's not the best of areas.
Yeah, there's some pretty good places to eat down in this area, though. There's a Nacho Daddy, and then Pizza Rock is coming up. That's a pretty decent pizza place. They also have another Pizza Rock in Green Valley Ranch Casino.
Yeah, I like it. I've been there a few times.
So right in front of us kind of is one of the newest additions to downtown, or the newest addition.
The Circa.
The Circa. It's a 21 and over casino. And they have this really cool swimming pool, stadium pool. It has gigantic screens. So you can go watch games there, and it looks absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty neat.
I don't know though, one of my favorite swimming pools here in Vegas is at the Golden Nugget, and I just think that one is awesome because it has the shark tank in the middle of it, and so you can be swimming and the sharks just kind of swim around. There's actually a slide that goes down through the shark tank.
Yeah, so basically the pool is up against the shark tank, so it looks like you're swimming with the sharks if you're right there on the wall. Now right here to the left, this casino is Binion's Horseshoe. Any poker players know this is where poker started at, the World Series of the World Series of Poker started. And it was there forever until the poker boom. Then it got too big for this area, and so they moved it over to the Rio. There's lots of other there's one called Station. There's a bunch of station casinos all around town. A lot of the local casinos are stationed, but there's a few down here that are owned by Station and by Boyd. Boyd's a little bit bigger, but they have a bunch up here, and they have a lot of good deals, locals, and they give a lot of free play and rewards and stuff when you do gambling over there.
One year at Stations Casino, James and we got, how many sets of dishes did we get from them?
I don't know.
Like 3?
Yeah, it was like 3 different sets of dishes. So we're heading, this is Binion's on the right and Fremont on the left here. We might be able to get a good shot of what downtown looks like a little more right here. Normally it's super busy, shoulder to shoulder. It's the Golden Nugget to the right. And that's basically downtown in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head back over to Las Vegas Boulevard. Do it again and head on down.
Yeah. Zach and I went to a concert where this white tent is. One time when he came to visit.
Zach's one of my friends from Tennessee. He was one of my groomsmen.
So the arches, like James said, they had just installed those not too long ago. One really cool thing is that for Valentine's Day, they turned them red, as well as the Stratosphere was lit up all red for Valentine's Day.
Right.
So that was just kind of cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the neon they have is programmable. We have a friend that actually, that's what he does, is he programs them, and you can program them for St. Patty's Day. There'll be tons of green, and they do it for pretty much anything. There's something for you do it for. Earlier I mentioned the photo op. There's a little poker chips and dice and stuff like that over here to the right. You see a lot of people that go through and take pictures there. Yeah, it's definitely a lot quieter since the pandemic.
Yeah. know if I could do the rides on top of the Stratosphere.
No, I don't know either. I'm not good with heights. I get dizzy just watching. Oh, it looks like one of the rides is starting to go out.
Yeah, but I was taking a video of that one so they can see kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, it's like a hand that moves out and the fingers lift up, and each finger's a seat. People are like facing down and spins. Not for me.
Looks like one of the rides is about to go on the Stratosphere. Here it goes. It's gonna spin, and those, each of the little arms has a seat on it. No, thank you. I'm pretty adventurous, but
I hope none of them spit. It'll land on us. Of Las Vegas Boulevard in Sahara. And there's that Bonanza gift shop. They installed a lot of these ballards on the Las Vegas Strip within the last year or two. Yeah, there was actually someone that drove up. It was near Paris. They had actually drove up onto the curb and hit some people. And
after that, they started installing the ballards so that it would stop vehicles.
Yeah, it was a little more safety.
Once we get a little bit farther down, you're really going to see kind of the lights. Okay. We're back to passing Las Vegas Strip. We can see us with the lights. So. I didn't even notice. This is the first time that I've actually seen all of Resorts World, like the side of this lower part of the building.
Yeah.
Up until recently, you haven't been able to see any of this. I mean, it's really cool looking.
Yeah. There used to be a big wall blocked off.
It's humongous. I can't believe how it just looks so huge.
Mm-hmm.
Which we knew it was going to be huge, but
yeah,
just the amount of space or land this takes up. So most of the casinos, they are huge. There's like a joke that, you know, you're like, oh, well, let's just go to the Treasure Island. It's right up there. And, you know, you feel like you're walking for 6 years before you get there.
Yeah, you walk an hour later, you're still not there.
Yeah, but it seems like the strip front size of that casino is just humongous.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they can see through in between Palazzo and like Wynn. You could kind of see the the wheel, the high roller, which is that really big wheel that James was saying has the enclosed in pods that you ride around in.
Is the video zoomed out where I can see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, this is the Wynn and Encore. They're kind of like sister hotels. They're owned by the same people. They kind of look alike. They're just the opposite direction.
They built the Wynn, and then because it was so good, they did an Encore.
And then the Palazzo and Venetian are kind of the same too. They're actually also connected by like a little shopping restaurant area, and you don't have to walk outside to go in between those either. So it doesn't rain here very often, but it's nice when it's like 115 degrees. You don't really want to walk around outside too much. This was that fashion show mall up to the right. See Marciano's and Capitol Grill and all the neon. I'm not sure if we'll time the Bellagio ride or not. I think is it every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes?
You know, I'm not real sure, only because it's been so long since I've gone down to see it, and I don't know if it's different with the pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
There's a sugar factory at the Fashion Show Mall, which is just kind of neat. They have like desserts and drinks, like these fishbowl drinks that are pretty crazy. At Treasure Island, you'll see the pirate ship out front.
There used to be a show.
Yeah, it used to be a really,
They stopped doing it.
it was in the movie Miss Congeniality, but it was kind of a neat show that they did in the evening, and
There's the Venetian on the left again. Garage. You can see, like, it's usually shoulder to shoulder down here when it's like this. And it was just no room hardly at all over here.
so yeah, there's
All right. Well, we had some technical difficulty and lost our voice part, so we're going to just kind of talk you through what's going on right here.
So we're coming up to Forum Shops, and the Forum Shops have a lot of higher end stores. When we came to Vegas for the first time, James and our friend Jamie from Tennessee got like lost in the Forum Shops.
Yeah, it was horrible. I had walked more than I had in years. I was all sorts of chafed from walking, and I couldn't find my way out, and I was just ready to just sit down and stop, but we eventually found our way out, but it was exhausting.
And we're coming up to the area that has the link, which is where that high roller is on the left. And like I said, it's a newer casino on the Strip. It's really cool. The shopping area, there's like a Brooklyn Bowl down there where you can actually see concerts, which is cool.
Yeah, it used to be Imperial Palace whenever we first moved here. That's what that was, and then they changed it to something else. I don't even remember. And then once the Link was the big giant wheel became popular, they turned it into the Link.
And there's Caesar on your right. He's wearing his mask. And Margaritaville on the left, which I know is a change, but it's still kind of a fun place to eat.
Yep, and then we've got Flamingo a little bit up ahead. You could probably see in the distance the Eiffel Tower. We've got a pretty good picture of that we'll put up when we get to it. I'm not sure if I stated this earlier or not, but our friend Rocky actually programs those, and he was one of the people, it might have been the only person, I don't know, that actually programmed all the lights on that thing. It looks so cool when you drive by. We know, because we are watching this after the fact, that we do get to see the Bellagio fountains. They're up here to the right, once you pass the Hell's Kitchen restaurant.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen used to be
Serendipity.
I miss Serendipity. I loved those frozen hot chocolates.
Yeah, they had super, super good desserts. We would go there sometimes just for that. Oh, you can see there's the fountain show going off. It's awesome to go over there and check that out. Like, you just feel so small standing next to it. When I stay with my friend Rick at the Cosmopolitan, you see the buildings up in the upper right with all the blue lights up there. They actually all have balconies, and it's awesome when you have a view from the balcony. You can watch that show from up above. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool to get to see it, and they sync it up with music, and they do different shows. So like, it's not always the same show. So just because you've seen it once, it does change up, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, and there's lots of cool little places and restaurants over here. There's a little place, really good little pizza place that has good margarita pizza. It's my friend Jamie's favorite. That's in between Bally's and Paris on the left. And there's also like Pinup Pizza, which has a slice of pizza that's bigger than my head up here on the left. And
this is definitely one of my least favorite intersections. It does not have one of the over-the-road walkways yet, and so I hate crossing there. I would rather walk a little bit further usually and cross over where the walkway is over the road.
Yeah, and if you remember earlier, we're passing by the Cosmopolitan, and then that Taco Bell Cantina is over on the left. And then we got the Aria, which has an awesome poker room. Actually, one of Katie's good friends, her husband, actually runs the poker room. And
you can see a little bit of Louis Vuitton. And
yeah, they have tons of high-end retail at all these places. Like, it's so expensive for everything as it is down here, and then they throw those on top of it. So, well, we are almost caught back up to where we were a minute ago.
French fry.
It's a fried chicken place.
Yeah. Delicious.
Yeah, it was good. T-Mobile Arena, where the Knights play, is right behind New York. You can actually tailgate on the Strip. That's where everyone before the game, that whole area called the park we just passed, it's just a giant tailgate party for the games. And you can actually, a lot of people, even if they don't have tickets, they have a giant screen outside the arena, and they just stay in that tailgate area and watch the game and have a good time.
Yeah, did we see a show across the street one year? And
yeah, we got tickets to see Cher, and it was
we could hear, though, like when we would go out into the lobby, we were able to hear the horn that they blow when the Knights score.
Oh, that's actually really funny. Rick and I were at MGM, and we were watching the Knights game on TV, and there's the TV delay, and the horn is so loud at the arena, we could hear it at MGM about 10 or 15 seconds before the goal happened. So we'd be like, oh, there's a goal. Who's about to score?
Oh, like 10 or 15 seconds before it happened on TV?
Yeah.
You could hear it.
Yeah. It was hilarious. We were cracking up watching it. We're like, oh, here comes another goal. Luxor, Rick stayed there. It's fun. Like I said, it's nice those are all connected because you can go in between them really simple.
So we're kind of getting down to the far south end of the strip. We're almost back to the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, and that's probably where we will end our tour and our video for the day. We hope that you enjoyed getting to see the Las Vegas Strip and kind of getting to go down it. It was perfect timing getting to see it kind of during the day, and then as it got darker.
Yeah.
Make sure that if you like our video, hit the like button and subscribe.
Yeah, if you can, please subscribe. We're just starting the channel out. We're going not even 2 weeks yet. So the more subscribers we can get, the better. It's more exciting. And yeah, hopefully you like some of the stuff we find fun, and keep going, and hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Make sure to join us on our next adventure on What We Find Fun.
Bye, everybody. Like it says, drive carefully. Come back soon.